Okay guys, so we already did our refresher on adding and subtracting fractions. Now we're going to look at how you multiply and divide fractions. For those of you in my GED class who are doing this is on page 248 of our Kaplan Review packet. So go ahead and get to page 248. It's multiplying and dividing fractions. The good news about multiplying and dividing fractions is that for me personally, this is way easier than adding and subtracting fractions, because it doesn't matter what the bottoms are. You can just do it straight across. So now remember, when you see this, what is the product? That word product is a clue for multiply. It says, what is the product of 7/8 and 1/2? So we're going to multiply them straight across, and then we're going to reduce them if we can. So here we have the 7 times 1. We're just going to multiply that straight across. And 7 times 1, as we know, is 7. So now at the bottom we have 8 times 2. We're just going to do that straight across. So 8 times 2 is 16. So this is our answer, 7/16. Now, where it might get tricky is if you have an improper fraction, because an improper fraction, or where you have, a mixed number. You need to change all of your mixed numbers into improper fractions. So this says, what is 1/3 of 3 3/4? So this of right here, that's another clue for multiplying. Okay? So we have 1/3, I'm going to write this down, times 3 3/4. Okay, we need to address this 3 3/4 right here. They magically got it to 15/4, and I'm going to show you how they got it to 15/4. I'm going to erase this to make it look easier. So we have 3 3/4. Remember, we're going to do 4 times 3, which is 12, and then we're going to do 12 plus 3, which is 15. We're going to keep our 4 at the bottom. That's how you do it. Bottom times whole number, and then take that answer and add it to your top. Put that on your top. Keep your denominator or numerator. Oh, I can't speak the same. Okay, so now we have 15 fourths times 1/3. Like we did before, we're just going to multiply straight across 15 times 1 to get 15. And we're going to multiply straight at the bottom, 4 times 3 to get 12. Now here's the thing. They want this improper fraction to become a mixed number. Quick refresher on how you get 15/12, this improper fraction, into mixed number forms. We're going to do 15 divided by 12, because remember, this sign right here, that's a division sign. That's like saying 15 divided by 12 in algebraic terms. So 15 divided by 12. Well, let's try 1. 1 times 12 is 12. Yeah, that works. And 15 minus 12 is 3. So we're just going to keep that remainder. We're going to put 3, and we're going to put our on top, and we're going to put our 12 on bottom. So I have 1 3/12. Now this fraction right here, this 3/12, that can reduce. If I divide top and bottom by 3 there, not going to do anything with my whole number. I'm going to keep it the same and just move it over. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 12 divided by 3 is 4. And that's how they got that answer. So as you see, multiplying is pretty simple. Here's the thing. I'm going to go on and I'm going to explain division. Division's pretty simple too. You can pause it right now and go look at the multiplying part of this worksheet packet that you have, or you can go ahead and keep listening. Siri was talking to us there. Whatever's easier for you guys. So let's look at division. So it says before dividing, you have to invert the divisor. Invert just as a fancy word for flip it. Okay? So let's look at this. I'm going to scoot it over to the side. 8 divided by 1/2. First of all, they all have to be in fraction forms. So that 8 we can put over our invisible 1. So that's where they get this. 8 divided by 1/2. But remember, it said to invert the divisor. So this number after the division sign is the divisor. So what happens here right there is they flipped it to 2 over 1. And because I did that flip, I'm now going to add my multiplication sign. Now, as you guys remember, when I'm multiplying, I just go straight across the top and straight across the bottom. So 8 times 2 is 16. And at the bottom, I have 1 times 1, which is 1. So 16 divided by 1 is just 16. So see that how very simple it is. A couple of things to remember. If you have a whole number, you're going to put it over 1. If you have a mixed number like 3 and 1/2, you're going to have to convert that into an improper fraction. Remember, 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 plus 1 is 7. That 7 goes on the top, and we'll keep our 2 at the bottom the same. So those are our couple of little clues. Now, I'm going to go through a few of these for practice with you, and then you're going to do the rest on your own. I'm going to look at number 2 there. Remember, we're just going to go straight across. 2 times 1, which is 2, and 3 times 4, which is 12, and that 2 over 12 I can reduce. If I divide them both by 2, I get 1 over 6, and that is my answer. Simple as that. Now I'm going to look at number 2. I'm going to write it 1 5/6. You guys know I like 1 5/6 times, let's see what I got over here, 1/2. Okay, 1/2. So remember, we're going to have to deal with this mixed number and turn it into an improper fraction first. I'm going to do 1 times 6 is 6, and 6 plus 5 is 11. So I'll have 11 over 6 times 1 over 2. Now it's pretty straightforward. It's going to multiply the top straight across, 11 times 1 to get 11. And now I'm going to multiply the bottom straight across, 6 times 2 to get 12. And 11 over 12, you can't reduce, and it's a proper fraction, so that's your answer, 11/12. Go ahead and put it over here. Very good. So those are 2 examples of multiplying. So don't forget, anytime you have a whole number, you're going to put it over the invisible 1. So those are a few clues there. Now I'm going to look at some division problems. I'm going to look at number 10 here first. So 7/8 divided by 1/16. I'm going to write it over here. 7/8 divided by 1/16. Remember, the first thing they said is you're going to leave your first number the same. We're going to change that to a multiply because we're going to multiply, and we're going to flip the second part of that after the division sign. So we're going to do 16 over 1. Okay? So that's what we did. That's inverting it, flipping it. Now we're going to do just straight across multiplying. And just so you know, I know I have the calculators